Welcome to Razzball Radio. I'm your host, Nick Capozzi, for Tuesday, June 17th. Lots going on today. We're going to talk first with Sky about some deep leaguers, and we got the guru coming on to Jammin and Cramming. So without further ado, let's go to our feed up in the Pacific Northwest. There he is. Oh, looking perky today, Sky. Welcome to Razzball Radio, brother. How you doing?
What was that?
I said, welcome to Razzball Radio. How are you today, brother?
Yeah, just a little sleepy. Was busy doing some house stuff last night, and it just kind of tracked on. And
yeah, I don't want to hear excuses. Okay, I want to hear about deep leaguers. That's why we're here, Sky. Okay, deep leaguers, buddy. Deep
leaguers. I'm
leaguers.
Here for.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can guess this pitcher.
I'm waiting.
I used to be a top prospect. In the last month, I've got an ERA below 2, a WHIP below 1, and I'm averaging a K per inning. Who am I?
Oh, geez, that's really, really tough, Nick.
That's a tough one.
Can I get back with you on Thursday?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, that would have to be Jake Arrieta.
Absolutely.
Yeah, boy is pitching like a beast right now.
I don't know that he's a boy. I think he's probably a man. Unless it's that Cubs movie. Remember that Cubs movie where the kid got the elbow operation there?
No, I remember that. I remember that very well. I remember not watching it, but I do remember the movie. Maybe that's what happened to Jake Arrieta. I don't know, but I've been kind of interested in Arrieta since actually 2012. He put up in relief pitching. He put up some really great numbers. He had an over 8K per 9. His walk rate was below 3, and I really thought he was going to blow up in 2013, and it just never materialized. And he was traded to the Cubs midway through the season, and still never really did anything. And then now, fast forward to 2014, he's finally in the rotation, and he's kind of living up to the potential of what we all expected from him. The numbers do suggest he's due for a little bit of a regression right now. But with a lob rate around 81%, 82%, and a home run to fly ball rate around 3 to 4, going to sit back to 70-10, which is your typical, usual seasonal average. But the rest of the peripherals say he's going to be able to pitch well. He's canned 9 plus per 9 right now, which is a great K rate, especially for a guy that's on most waivers right now.
Well, not only is he on most waivers, he's actually 16% owned. So you can go get Jake Arrieta.
Exactly. I've grabbed him in quite a few leagues. I even grabbed him in our Superliga where I'm in the playoffs. How are you doing in that one, Nick?
Yeah, we'll talk about that another day. So Christian Yelich goes to the DL for the Marlins. Jake Marisnick gets called up. Here's my take. I mentioned this in the hot sheet today. By the way, the hot sheet is available every day at Razzball Radio. It's everything you need to know about fantasy in about 3 minutes. Also, the link is there where you can play with us every night at DraftKings. Enter promo code Razzball to get into the 50-50 contest we play nightly. You can take our money. Jake Marisnick gets called up. Now, Marisnick's interesting because he's toolsy. Okay, so he's exciting because he's toolsy. He's got some
toolsy man.
Very toolsy. He's got speed. He's got pop. Problem is, as far as I'm concerned, and I watched this guy for a long time because he came up in the Blue Jays organization. He's a great athlete, but not really a great baseball player. He's kind of a poor man's Michael Saunders, which kind of isn't saying much. Although I do like Michael Saunders.
That hurts a little. No, definitely. He's definitely not a call for one of the deep leaguers that you're going to be sitting on him for a long time. But last night is kind of a sign of what he could do for you. He took a walk. He went 2 for 6. He stole a couple of bags. The speed translates really well from down on the farm up to the big leagues. So he'll definitely at least be able to provide that straight off the bat. And they started him at leadoff last night, which, considering he just got called up, that's a good sign that they put him there. So for right now, for deep leaguers, just enjoy the ride. I'm not huge on him rest of the season. Obviously, it's hard to be for a guy that could easily be down in about 2 weeks. But he could also prove himself. Somebody else could get hurt, and he could stick around. Great grab for right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, okay. He's interesting to watch. Like I said, good athlete. You got a guy on this list, Sky. Typically you tend to blow your credibility every week.
Yeah, I try.
And I think this is how you did it this week. Moustakas, Mike Moustakas. I can't even say Moustakas anymore because I always call him Moustakas. What's the deal, man? You think he's deep league? I mean, I know the Royals are playing well right now, but you got some splaining to do, Sky.
Well, here's my splaining. It's June. He got called up on June 1st. Since June 1st, he's hit 250. I know we're not breaking any world records hitting 250, but he's a third baseman. He has 2 home runs. It's all in 44 at bats. And I'm starting to think whether it could be, it could not be. You realize the Yankees have a kind of an open rolling door at third base right now. It's there's not much going on there. Moustakas here is a lefty bat, extreme fly ball rate. Obviously, in deep leagues, sometimes you got to take a chance and pick up a guy and hope either he turns a corner or his scenario changes. And I question how quickly they called back up Moustakas, even with the injury. They could have called up plenty of guys and not just him. I think he could possibly be on the trade market, and he could go to a better ballpark. Kauffman Stadium does not fit his playing style. Extreme fly ball, left-handed.
He has a playing style. What is his style? Bad? I didn't realize bad was a style.
His style is hitting the ball really high in the infield. No, he's got extreme fly ball rates, and you'll find a lot of stuff that just dies in the outfield for him at Kauffman Stadium. If he gets traded to a ballpark that fits him more, you could see a guy that gets back to the 25-30 home run guy we were expecting.
Yeah, I don't know.
And either way, he's hitting right now, so you got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I've been burnt too many times.
And he hit a home run off a lefty. He hit a home run off a lefty. That's a good sign.
Yeah, he's in the same category for me as Gordon Beckham and BJ Upton. I'm just done. Hey, Sky, I hate to do this to you, buddy, but I got to let you go because you know what? We got Guru coming up, and, you know, he jams it or crams it. Like, he's a rock and roller. You're the Pacific Northwest pacifist. So, but we still love you, though, Sky. We love you. Go wear some socks with sandals. We'll be right back on Razzball Radio with the Guru after this. Okay, we're back, and we're headed to the deep, dank, and dark catacombs of Maine. It is the Jam Cram Man, the Guru. Guru, welcome to Razzball Radio. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, come on up to Maine with the rest of the, 150,000 tourists that have invaded our village.
Yeah, you say that, but tourism kind of keeps Bar Harbor alive.
Absolutely. We go from like a town of 8,000 to 75,000 for a couple of months. So come on up, have some lobster, go for a moose ride, and then when you leave the state at the end of August, leave any money that you have left over at the toll booth.
Okay. People really ride moose out there?
Yeah, come on up. I'll show you how.
Okay. All right. Oh, dude. Okay. I think I got that a day late, dollar short. All right, we're gonna play a little Jam Cram today, my man, with the Guru at the Guru GS on the tweet machine. Of course, I am at Nick Capozzi. Let's start off with a guy that I think might be one of the most overrated players in fantasy baseball, and I say that knowing that people don't really like owning him. But I personally have never been a fan of Billy Butler. I don't know that he's ever actually been on a team of mine. I think he was one of those hitters that everyone thought was going to be, a 315 guy with 25 homer power, but it never developed. So explain to me why he's on the Jam Cram list today, brother.
Well, I think I'm right there with you, with Moobs, as we affectionately call Billy Butler. He's kind of an inside joke around Razzball. We all joke on him. None of us ever own him. Think about it for his career, though. I dug around in the little Jammin and Cramming numbers here. He's hit for a pretty good average in his career, about 300.
Yep.
Averages 15 to 20 homers and 80 to 90 RBI a year. I mean, he's only a couple years removed from a 30-homer, 100 RBI season. What's not...
Every once in a while, even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
What's not to like about a 30-100 guy? But this year, it seems like the pork rinds have caught up to old Moobs. He's hitting 260 and only 2 homers, and the ownership has fallen. I think coming out of the draft, he was about 90% owned. It's down to about 40 right now, right when he starts to heat up. He went 2 for 4 with 3 RBI last night. He had a double, a run scored against the Tigers. He has 10 RBI over his last 6 games. Still only 2 home runs this season. But as I dug a little deeper, the fly ball rate has gone up, which is a pretty good indication, that those homers are going to increase. The fly ball rate is up 20% in the month of June. So I'm going to say Moobs, Billy Butler, is a jam.
Oh, my goodness. I respectfully disagree. We'll move on from that. But I look, he's had 5 good games. They've been his last 5 good games in conjunction with the Royals' winning streak. But listen, 267 average, 2 dingers, 31 RBIs on the year. Yeah, I will respectfully cram your jam. Let's go to a guy that I do like, having a great season. It doesn't hurt that he's been playing in Colorado. Drew Stubbs, arguably maybe kind of having his, I don't want to say his best season ever, but definitely having one of the best runs of his career ever right now. Yeah,
it could be a little breakout year for the anti-Moobs. The Rockies outfielder, he finally broke the 10% ownership mark this year. I think he needs to be owned just about everywhere, especially if you play in a deep competitive league. And the Rockies are headed home at the end of the week. In June, Stubbs is hitting 300. He's got 4 multi-hit games along with a homer and 7 RBI, and he's got 7 steals on the year. So I'm liking it. I mean, go pick him up right now. We'll wait for you. He might make a good DFS play today. He's 8 for 18. That's about 444 with 2 doubles against Zach Greinke today. I'm going to give old Stubbs a jam.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that. I think too, every day when I put the hot sheet together and to get that little, and also you do a great job with the hot sheet on the weekend. The hot sheet is up 7 days a week. You can find it at Razzball Radio. Everything you need to know about fantasy in about 3 minutes. We pour through but we both do. We pour through all the tools, of course, at Razzball.com under the tool tabs. We go through the Hittertron, the Streaminator, the DFS bot, and basically, we're finding statistically the value strictly from a fantasy perspective, and this guy comes up in the numbers almost every single day. So, look, I'd love to tell you, why, but all I can tell you is the numbers don't lie, people, and Drew Stubbs is there every day. So he's a get. I think too. Look, he played in a good hitter's park in Cincinnati, but obviously doesn't hurt that he's in Colorado. The only downside is they've got that glut of outfielders, which is a nice problem to have for a baseball team, not for a fantasy baseball owner. But I'm with you. Drew Stubbs is definitely a jam. The next guy on the list, I didn't realize this guy was still in baseball. I thought he opened a resort down in Aruba. Booby Abreu is still in the majors. I mean, I watch a lot of baseball. I know Booby Abreu is still in the majors, but come on, man. Booby Abreu.
I think this might be the scraping the bottom of the barrel of the Jammer Cram today. We've got Moobs, and now we've got Booby Abreu. Yeah, he's playing for the New York Mets, and he's hurt.
The groove in a Reuben.
He's currently owned in 0.4% of leagues. So as they teach you at Fantasy Baseball College, that is known as widely available. All right, assuming that, I'm going to assume that the 0.4% of leagues that he's owned, those guys play in the 2009 Fantasy Baseball League. I mean, what is this guy, 72 years old? He's hitting 389 over the last week. He went 4 for 4 on Friday. I mean, that was a great play if you had him on a DFS roster at a really cheap price. He's getting more playing time. He's hitting 300 with a homer, 12 RBI, and 80 at-bats this year. If you play in an NL-only league, if you play in a hot tub time machine league, I could use him, but everywhere else, Booby Abreu is a cram.
All right, yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised he even made the list. That was definitely some scrapings. All right, we'll be back in just a minute with the Guru. We'll talk a little bit more Jammin or Cramming right after this. Welcome back to Razzball Radio. We are still jamming and cramming with the Guru. A couple more guys on the list to go over today. Jordy Mercer of the Pirates. I mean, I still think we're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here because Jordy Mercer's on the list. No disrespect to the Mercer family. I'm sure they're lovely. Talk to me about Jordy Mercer, sorry.
Yeah, we're kind of going, deep league jams and crams today. I've been watching a lot of Pirates because, as you know, I've got a complete man crush on Gregory Polanco. So
Yes.
I've been watching. Did I call that? All right. Put him in the week-long Hall of Fame. But I've been watching a lot of Pirates, and I like this Jordy Mercer kid, Second base, shortstop eligibility. I like those guys that can fill a couple of positions.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a little bit last week about, maximizing those at bats, and Mercer could make for a good bench bat for you that can fill in when your regular middle infielder's not in there. He's hitting 300 with 11 runs, 3 homers, and 9 RBI in June. That's pretty good, but his season average is 225. That is not so good. He had 285 with 8 homers last year, but a couple of years ago in the minors, he had 19 homers. So he's got a little pop in that bat for, a position that's pretty thin at power. I mean, if he could hit 10 to 13 homers the rest of the way at a position that, outside of Tulowitzki and Brian Dozier doesn't have a lot of power, Mercer could make a nice little jam.
All right, that's a good call. Weekly streamer, talk to me about Chase Anderson of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
I'll tell you, I didn't really know a whole lot about this guy until I saw him pitch over the weekend. He took on Clayton Kershaw, had himself a pretty good game. He lost the game because, the D-backs can't score. But, Anderson is having a pretty good year. He's 5-1. The ERA is about 3.2. The WHIP about 1.2. 27 Ks in 33 innings. He could make for an interesting stream this week. He gets the Brewers. The problem is, they're playing the Brewers at home at Chase Field, and you're there in Phoenix, Nick. Chase Field is kind of like Coors Light. I could see Anderson, streaming against another team on the road. I can't give him the jam this week, against that Brew Crew at Chase. Chase Anderson is a cram.
Okay. Chase at Chase is a cram. I'm with you on that. Hey, also, too, real quick, Diamondback note, Bronson Arroyo, the rock and roller on the DL for the first time in his life. As a musician, coming from radio, Guru, is he a jam or cram as a musician?
If Bronson Arroyo is a rocker, then I'm Eddie Vedder.
Okay, listen, I want to talk real quick here on some daily fantasy stuff. First off, of course, we play a Razzball. The Razzball crew plays every night. We're in one of the 50-50 contests at DraftKings.com. Enter promo code Razzball to get a first-time deposit match and free entry into one of the nightly contests. That link, by the way, is always in the daily hot sheets. If you go to Razzball Radio, the link is always there for the actual league that we're playing in. You and I, we get kind of competitive in that house league. By the way,
there's a lot of trash talk amongst the writers when it comes to playing a little daily fantasy baseball. Besides the 50-50 that we do, there's also kind of a writers only game that we're in that's got about 10 to 12 of us are playing at any given time, and that the trash talking through Twitter gets pretty intense. If anybody wants to get in on that, you can tweet at me at the Guru GS. We'll find a way to get you in on the fun.
What are you doing? You opening the keys to the VIP room? Come on, man.
Come on in,
dude. What's going on? All right, listen. I had an idea. I think you and I should get a little wager going.
All right, I like the way you're thinking here, like a little head-to-head matchup.
Yeah.
Between the two Razzball and radio guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm thinking tonight in our normal 50-50 game, let's get a little side action here, but something fun, not any cash. Any ideas?
All right, I got an idea for you.
Hit me.
We'll play head to head tonight.
Yep.
We'll play for 1 shekel or whatever. We won't put a lot of cash on the line, since we are radio guys, and we all know radio is a shallow money trench where good men die like dogs. All right, here's something I've done in the past. The loser tonight will have to wear the most god-awful T-shirt of choice. So if you lose tonight, I will be overnighting you a T-shirt that you must wear on Thursday's show. Now, if I lose, then I will have to wear the most god-awful T-shirt that you choose for me to wear on Thursday's show.
Okay, I'm down for that. So it's a wear the other guy's T-shirt kind of wager.
A little T-shirt throwdown.
Okay, I'm down for that. I like that. That's
All right,
a good
man.
idea. Yeah. So hey, listen, real quick here. We only got about a minute. Any daily guys you like tonight? Actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. Let's talk pitching real quick because the top starters tonight: Darvish, Tanaka, Greinke. I mean, Greinke's in Colorado. Darvish is against the A's. Tanaka's against the Blue Jays. Yeah, they've been cold, but still, there's still some power in that lineup. Any pitchers you like tonight? Because I had a real time when I was going through the hot sheet today to come up with some starters that were good value. It was really, unless you really wanted to go deep like a Stultz or, but I didn't have the stones to start any of those guys.
Yeah, it's you've got those high-priced guys up at the top with Darvish, Greinke, Cueto, Scherzer's pitching tonight.
Yeah.
I think Tanaka might be my guy when it comes to pitching in daily fantasy. I don't want to shoot any more than say 25% of my budget on pitching. I want 25% in under. So I'll probably go with Tanaka tonight, and then I'll have to drop down a little bit from there. Say maybe a John Lester. Do you trust a Phil Hughes at Fenway? He's having a really good year.
Yeah, no, Phil Hughes though tonight actually really the Streaminator did not. Well, it wasn't crazy. He was like -$3, but not a great matchup for Phil Hughes tonight.
Yeah, so you might have to take one of the top guys and then drop down a little bit at a matchup that you like. I don't know if you trust Eric Bedard or Stroman at Yankee Stadium.
You know what? That was the one that tempted me, only because Stroman has that K potential. But still, it's still the Yankees. Guru, listen, we got to get out of here. We will play tonight at DraftKings.com. He is at the Guru GS. I am at Nick Capozzi. We'll be back tomorrow with Gray here on Razzball Radio.